Hey ballers, it's been a while. If you have been following this channel, you might have noticed that I haven't recorded a new episode since November 2023. If you're new, welcome to the Real Estate Ballers Show. There are countless ways to build wealth. My vehicle of choice happened to be real estate. Specifically, I focus on buying, selling single-family homes, and building a rental portfolio. On this channel, you won't see me flaunting rented Lamborghinis or partying on yachts. I've done well in real estate, and I'm only getting better. Could I retire today and live comfortable? Without a doubt, but I'm not done yet. I'm here to learn alongside you and share everything I've learned in real estate with you. So let's grow together. If you like our channel, can you do me a favor and hit that subscribe button? It helps this channel more than you know. And the bigger this channel gets, the more people we can help achieve financial freedom. Thank you and enjoy this episode. And now a quick word from today's sponsor. I've been asked a lot about passive investment, and I understand that there's nothing passive about being a landlord unless you find a great property management company. If you own an Airbnb or a vacation rental or a short-term rental in the Galveston, Houston, Seabrook area, and you want to free up your time, contact our team at Bus Vacation Rental at 281-549-8432 or visit our website at busvacationrentals.com. Thank you, and now back to the Real Estate Baller Show. Well, let me tell you, it's been quite an adventure. 2 years ago, my daughter was diagnosed with glaucoma, a condition that typically happens in older people. But for younger children, doctors said it can lead to blindness and there's no cure existed today. And man, oh man, does that really put things in perspective. I decided to spend more time with her. So we decided that we're going to travel the world along with my mom to create beautiful memories together. We traveled to 21 cities, probably more, if we count all the little stops that we made in over 2 continents, not counting the U.S. So we saw some amazing places. We visited some cool people. We got to see various ways of life. One of the heartfelt moments was visiting our team in the Philippines. My daughter got to see how they live and even made a new friend. I can truly say that it was an experience of a lifetime. And would I have done it any other way? No. Oh, I lied. I could have probably picked better hotels or Airbnbs. Or maybe we should expand our vacation rental business there. Well, we didn't set an end date. We bought a one-way ticket leaving the U.S. and started making plans as we continue our trip. I set out to be gone for about 6 months. But after 4 months, we were ready to come home. We missed our family, our bed, and the comfort of being in America. Let me tell you, I love America, but I love America even more. The opportunities, the people, and not having to carry a roll of toilet paper or alcohol wipes with me everywhere. Yes, I still had meetings with my team and clients. I attended 90% of our team weekly and daily meetings. The biggest challenge was managing the time zone. During this time, we also hired a new bookkeeper, and I was doing some training. One time, I had to pull an all-nighter, and I don't know how I managed to survive. I made several mistakes. The biggest was overestimating my superpower, go figure. I've traveled internationally before, but in the past, it was for shorter periods and I was a lot younger. I forgot that I am 44 now and I need my sleep to function. So, mistake number 2, I thought I could handle the selling houses side of the business because I'm a licensed agent and I've always done it. We had several houses for sale. I split them up between me and another agent, but the calls came in around 2-3 p.m. U.S. time, which was typically about 2-3 a.m. where I was, which resulted in phone tagging and not being able to connect with the buyer or, agents to get the property so quickly. So I would not do that again, and I don't recommend it. Mistake number 3 was moving around too much. I was very ambitious, right? So we wanted to see as many places as possible, but that's also resulted in problem. Before I can get settled in, I'm already going to be moving to the next location. So I'll probably, in the future, I'll plan to stay at each location for a minimum of a week instead of 2 nights or 3 nights. No. But as expected, my businesses were not thriving. I'm going to be honest with you. But we managed to stay consistent thanks to our team, the process, and the preparation we put in place. It took a lot of preparation. I started planning a year in advance because I didn't know if we were going to be gone for 1 month or 12 months. And I'm going to share the raw and the practical stuff here of how I manage my businesses from abroad. I think 1, set the budget for traveling. And I guess you can skip this step if you have a money tree in your backyard. And if you do, please mail me some seed. Thank you. But otherwise, I think it's important to set aside money that you will be spending on a trip. And in this planning the budget for traveling, I want to say make sure you have access to your banks and credit card accounts in case you need to move funds around, especially with the 2-step verification. I didn't realize it was a pain until I had to deal with it because my cell phone wasn't working, right? So I had to move some funds around and my account was locked because it flagged as fraud. And I was told I had to come in the branch when I called the bank. And obviously, that was not possible. Luckily, I was able to connect with my banker and had it resolved. Next, use credit cards that do not charge international fees. Those fees can add up. Get a free ATM card. I'm sure there are other ways, but what I did was open an account with Charles Schwab, and it came with a no-fee ATM card anywhere in the world, so that helps. Lastly, for budgeting, bring cash, as many places will take cash only. And I suppose you could use your ATM card to withdraw money, but the exchange rate, most of the time with are better with cash. And if you travel to Vietnam, make sure you have new, crisp $100 bills, or you'll be penalized for your exchange rate. Everywhere else, they didn't care. Step number 2 in preparation is anticipate the revenue while I was gone. You have to anticipate it because 1, you're going to be spending money, and 2, are you going to be bringing in the same revenue, or your companies, your businesses are going to bring in the same revenue, more or less revenue, because it's affected, right? So I want to be very, very realistic. I projected our revenue to stay the same or be slightly down. But on the next trip, I will plan and expect the revenue to be on the up and up. So in this case, our revenue managed to stay consistent as within expectation. Number 3 in this preparation process is putting system, process, and people in place and test run them. So I did it by phases. I did it one department at a time. So for 6 months before our departure, I ran my businesses as if I was gone. And that really helped to fine-tune the process. Everyone had really clear understanding of their roles and the expectation of what success looked like for them in that role. So that really helped, them to perform well in their position and not having to reach out to me all the time for a decision. Number 4, very important, stay connected. And maybe I did it the hard way, but it worked for me. If you have better ways, please share in the comment because I love to learn from you. So our team is already remote, and we're already familiar with Zoom and Google Meet and, all the online tools. So that leaves me with how do I stay connected with agents, clients, whatever necessary, mainly with people in the U.S., right? So I got a cell phone with RingCentral. Oh, by the way, Google Voice does not work. Okay, I won't go into detail here to eat up our time. But you can research it. And RingCentral is not the only soft phone or VoIP phone out there. There are other options, but RingCentral, is the phone that we use for our business, so I have it. Most U.S. cellular carriers have some type of international day pass, and your phone will work like you are in the U.S. There's a downside to that is if you need to make a local call to wherever you are, that won't work. And secondly, I have AT&T, and they charge $10 a day. Now, you can do the math. Be gone for 6 months, that could add up. So when I'm in a country for 7 days or longer, I would purchase a SIM card in that country. And that way I still have internet for my phone, and I can use my cell phone to conduct business if needed. And I have data to do, stay connected on social media, right? And so if I'm in a country for less than a week, then I just use my international day pass. All right, so number 5, emergency contact. Not in a way of like something happened to me, emergency, but in way of business decision, emergency. I think this is super important because I was out for days or not reachable, but if there was a business emergency that that my team couldn't get in touch with me and nobody is authorized to make that important decision, then they can contact my emergency contacts. And also something to keep in mind is for those of you that are selling real estate, you have to sign the buy closing and the sale closing. Now on the buy, you pay cash, right? So you can sign it probably virtually. And if the title company has a mobile notary, that also may work. Just know that it may be in the middle of the night where you are. Secondly, if your title company does not do mobile, like virtual closing, and especially if you sell your property and you have a lender, you're going to have to sign that deed. And so it's super important to get with your title company before you leave to see what paperwork they need to have someone else assign for you on your behalf. Okay? So the last point I want to make about traveling abroad and running the business at the same time is no matter how well you plan, expect to run into problems. So for example, I thought I was going to record while I was on my trip. I thought I could schedule guests because then, I don't have to work the typical day like I do here. What I did not realize was when I travel, I did not bring all my equipment like I do here. And I am very serious about bringing good quality recording to you guys. So if I wanted to have good recording, I need to do it during my daytime, which is nighttime in the U.S. I could not expect my guests to be up in the middle of the night to record, or it'll be first thing in the morning or last thing in the evening, and none of it seemed to work. Secondly, I thought maybe I could rent a studio to do recording while I was gone, and I couldn't find one. So therefore, there was no recording done at all. Another issue was I left in the middle of a rehab. I didn't like it, but it was my fault because I was too ambitious. I planned I already bought the ticket, but the rehab needs to get started. So the timing was about 2 weeks off, okay? The project did finish and everything turned out fine. It wasn't as smooth as if I was here, but in the big picture, it was good. And thanks to technology, video, conference, and picture and people, and thanks to my colleague who actually helped me to walk the project and send a punch list, because again, this is a big project. It was a big rehab. And I wanted to make sure the property looked up to par. I hope I don't have to deal with that again, or the next time I do this, that I would have a more qualified person in my team to manage this project. Another issues that we ran into was about a month in the trip, I thought I had to go home because I got BPPV overnight, and you can Google it, BPPV. The cause is still unbeknown to me, and I can only speculate, what caused it. Anyway, I was in Vietnam at the time. I was, every time I got up out of bed, my head was spinning, my eye was blinking, and I felt like I was going to fall. So I went to the doctor. After 3 minutes of diagnosing me, he gave me a condition. I suppose it's translated to something like vertigo. But he told me I need more sleep and quit coffee. And get more sleep? Okay, I can do that. But no coffee? No way. So I started reading about it and found some articles and some YouTube videos, and I treated myself. Luckily, I got better after a few weeks, and the trip went on. I was also scared to get on the plane to go home, I could, I don't know. I've never had anything like that before. You bet. 100%, no doubt. I'm planning on the next one. I need a soft bed. Just kidding. No, I'm serious. I do need a soft bed. Some of the bed were really hard, like this table surface here, hard. Be flexible, adaptable, and resourceful. That's my lesson 1. Lesson 2, after traveling to many cities in Asia and Australia, I still find the U.S. to be the best place to live and build businesses despite all the stuff we got going on. Lesson 3 is that we need to improve on some of our processes, and we need more higher caliber team members. I interviewed several guests, over 100 guests now. And when I asked why they got into real estate, the most common response was freedom. I hope this episode inspires you to find your own freedom and shows that you can run your businesses from anywhere in the world. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Once again, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and share this episode with a friend who is looking for freedom.